May not be a Duke fan, but if you know your Illinois high school basketball history, it's hard to not cheer for Blue Devils head coach Jon Scheyer, one of the best players ever from our area and the entire state. Matt Zahn caught up with the man who mentored the Glenbrook North legend as Scheyer chases the national championship as a coach in San Antonio.
And it was amazing.
The trophy case at Glenbrook North High School is filled with memories of a special time for Dave Weber, coaching a generational player in Jon Scheyer, who helped them win a state championship in 2005.
It was just great for this community to have that, have Jon to win a state championship and have those great teams. It's hard to explain how good he was. And the thing about him was he did it in a classy way. And some of the games, the individual games that he played were, I don't know if anybody can match that. I think one of the games I'll always remember is a super sectional at Loyola University against Waukegan, and he had 48 that night. When the games were bigger, Jon played bigger.
Weber, who coached Glenbrook North for 25 years, is now getting to enjoy watching his former player lead Duke to the Final Four.
Truly, I'm loving this whole experience. You know, obviously he's done well in the past, but this year is really special.
But it can be a bit stressful at times.
It is a little nerve-wracking for me, though, I'll be honest. I woke up last Saturday and I said, why am I so uptight? Why am I anxious? And I thought, oh, Duke's playing today, and this is their chance to go to the Final Four. So I do feel some stress watching him. It's kind of interesting as an old coach to feel that way.
Even when Jon was dominating as a great player on this court some 20 years ago, Dave had a feeling that someday he was going to be a pretty good coach as well.
I knew he was going to be a coach. I thought he was going to play in the NBA, but then he had that injury where he couldn't continue his career. Especially after that injury, he kept coming back here and we'd talk, and he always wanted to play, but he wasn't healthy enough to play. He loves the game. He understands the game. Some players just don't get it, and he did. He did from his freshman year on. So I always thought I thought he'd be a great coach too, and he's shown that right now.
And Dave thinks Jon's past experiences should help him as he coaches in a Final Four for the first time.
He's seen what it takes to win championships. He did it in high school. He played in 2010, they won the championship. He was an assistant coach, and now here he is as the head coach. So he knows what it takes, and it's not going to be easy. This is going to be a tough weekend for them.
And hopefully not too stressful a weekend for Coach Weber. In Northbrook, Matt Zahn, CBS News Chicago.
Thank you, Matt. Well, Scheyer and Duke have to get through Houston on Saturday for a shot at the title on Monday. Earlier this season, get this, Scheyer invited the entire 2005 Glenbrook North Championship squad down to Durham to celebrate their 20th anniversary. He even let his old teammates play a little pickup on the court at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Now that's a perk. I like that.
I feel really old. I've known that kid for over 20 years. No, young man for over 20 years.
Yes.
And great family, and I'm rooting for him. I hope he can bring home the title.
Yeah, hopefully we all won't be too stressed next time they play, but it's because we're rooting him on.
Yeah, you'll see it right here Saturday.
Looking forward to it.